What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here. In today's video, we have some spicy battles submitted to the channel by a member of the community, Imminent2, and they're using a Yanmega, a Kingdra, and a Swampert. And Yanmega with Wing Attack and Ancient Power, it's going to do really well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. All right, getting into the first battle, we have Yanmega on the lead versus Walrein. So this is going to be kind of a tough matchup right here, and they will swap out right away into Kingdra. Now, we do see a Trevenant come in right away. This is actually pretty good for Kingdra because of the Dragon Breath damage as well as Outrage. So they could definitely get themselves shield advantage. Now, what's really common with Walrein and Trevenant is probably going to be a Charizard if I'm going to be honest. Now, they do get a shield right there, so we'll have to see if this is going to be a Shadow Ball. No, it's just going to be a Seed Bomb. So we're going to see a back-to-back Seed Bomb here from the Trevenant. Kind of surprised maybe they should have loaded up a little bit more on energy, but that is okay. Well, they can actually farm down right there, which is fine. We're going to see that Yanmega now come in and probably hard farm with Wing Attack Fast Move as it is doing super effective damage. They just need to really watch out for the Shadow Ball right here. That's what's going to be devastating, and I think they do have enough energy for it. So they will give up a shield there for the Shadow Ball, which is perfect, and we will see them farm down. Now, we are going to see the Walrein come back in, and this is a situation where you need to get out right away. Thankfully, Ancient Power does do super effective damage, and we will probably see them swap out. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and go into Swampert. Now, the opponent is deciding to stay in. Maybe just soften up the Swampert here, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there, and a good shield there on the Earthquake, if there is a Charizard in the back. It pairs so well. I mean, it's such a strong core, right? Walrein and Charizard, you see it all the time, or Swampert and Charizard. So this time we're going to see that Earthquake, and it does get shielded, so there is definitely, in my opinion, a Charizard in the back right here just from reading the shields and everything. So they're going to go ahead and now go for a Hydro Cannon and get this Walrein low. And if this is another, well, Swampert can survive. I mean, 2 Ice School Spears as well, they should be able to handle. No, it's going to be the Earthquake. So now it's going to be Race to the Charge Move. In comes that Charizard. We saw it coming, and they're going to go ahead and get... No, they don't get to the Hydro Cannon in time. I thought they would have had it, but Charizard able to land the Dragon Claw, and now it's going to be up to Yanmega, which does have Ancient Power. Poor Charizard this week. Chestnuts, Tangaros, now Ancient Power, boom, nearly one-shots it right there, and now it's going to be the Walrein that is left, and Yanmega able to get to the next Ancient Power in time, sweeping this team against 2 Pokemon that counter it, Walrein and Charizard, but Yanmega and Ancient Power does not care. All right, getting the next battle, we got Yanmega on the lead versus Swampert. Again, another Pokemon. This is like, at the very beginning of this week, it was like, oh my gosh, Charizard is absolutely amazing. I used it. I loved using it. The new Wing Attack update did wonders for it. But now it's a matter of everyone's using Charizard, so what spicy Pokemon can we use to counter it? And today it's Yanmega. So we're going to see the Aerial Ace get shielded right there. Interesting shield, but we're probably going to see a swap out. Yeah, we do see a swap out now into Kingdra, catch the charge move. Thankfully, because of the typing here, this is going to do like no damage to Kingdra. Yeah, that is nothing. And we do see yet again another Trevenant come in, which really helps out the Swampert. Kingdra drawing out those grass-type Pokemon, Trevenant being the most common, or even probably Venusaurs as well. If you think about the pairing as with Yanmega Elite, it just makes a lot of sense for them to come in. And Kingdra with Dragon Breath and Outrage can put a lot of pressure down here. Now, they do get a shield as well, which is perfect, but this Trevenant in this match, oh, I thought they were going to try to farm down, is going to actually throw the Seed Bomb right here. In that situation, I don't think Kingdra gets to the charge move, so they should just fully commit to the farm down. But they do have 2 shields gone out of the game, which is perfect. We will see the Yanmega come in and look to go for the Aerial Ace. No, they're going to commit to the farm down. They will have to give up a shield right here. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and give up a shield to stop that Shadow Ball, but can they actually farm down? No, we see a Swampert swap in, so they're going to go ahead and swap out into their own Swampert now to catch the charge move. And again, we don't know what's in the back, but reading a Trevenant Swampert, I'm just going to guess it is going to be a Charizard. Most teams have it, especially with the Swampert leads. At least that's what I've seen. I'm sure you guys have seen the same. But Hydro Cannon right there gets the Swampert low. Now, they're deciding to no shield right here. This is going to be a very dangerous game because we don't know what that final Pokemon is, and we do know the Trevenant has energy. They get to the Hydro Cannon in time. Maybe that's a situation where you don't even throw the Hydro Cannon. You just let Yanmega come in and farm down if they throw. But again, it's a dangerous game because I think 2 or 3 mud shots and the Swampert would have gone down. And it's a Charizard in the back. Okay, Yanmega, let's see what you got. You got 2 Ancient Powers right here. And we know how much damage this does, so they definitely need 2 in order to KO. But will the opponent swap out? No, they go for the Aerial Ace instead right here, hoping maybe the Trevenant was going to swap out. Or the Charizard was going to swap into Trevenant, but now they can farm down, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Another Yanmega sweep. You love to see it. Yanmega now versus Charizard on the lead. Let's see how this plays out. 3 really good answers. Granted, in this situation on the lead, the wing attack damage is really starting to add up here as Yanmega does take super effective from Charizard, but we know how much damage this Ancient Power does, which is definitely going to be forcing a shield, and now they can swap out into Kingdra. But thankfully for Charizard here, oh, they went for Blast Burn! Oh, man, I thought that was a Dragon Claw. I was like, oh, it's going to be doing super effective damage anyways. But that is a really solid situation, catching the Blast Burn, which is, what would it be, double resisted? Yeah, double resisted because of the Water Dragon typing. And they're going to go ahead and go for Outrage now to force that second shield from the opponent, which with this team getting, oh, and the boom, down goes the Machamp. They definitely thought that was an Octazooka, and we do see a Walrein come in. So this is still a very dangerous situation. Walrein and Charizard with 1 shield, and they have a Yanmega and a Swampert. So I'm guessing the Swampert needs to come into this Walrein matchup, and they swap into Yanmega to now catch the charge move. That is a beautiful tactical play. Why? Oh, they caught the Earthquake! That's why! It's because Swampert is the key to sweep, so in order to make sure Swampert has a lot more health and not have to give up shields, you can catch the charge move. And the fact that they caught an Earthquake on a bug flying Pokemon with Yanmega is so deadly. So now I think the hardest hitting moves left are going to be Earthquake probably. Blast Burn still hurts, but honestly we saw that, yeah, they should be able, no, they don't need to shield this one. They can easily start going for Hydro Cannons. They're going to go ahead and shield it. That's fine. They can easily load up and go for Hydro Cannons because if the opponent tries to swap out like they do right here, the Hydro Cannon is still going to be one-shotting Charizard, and now you can safely go for the Earthquake against the Walrein. So really good plays right there to read the situation. I think that's what was most important, right? Knowing that, okay, it's a Walrein Charizard core at the end with only 1 shield. Swampert is my key to victory, so I have to swap into Yanmega to try to catch some energy. If that was an Icicle Spear anyways, I think that was the plan. But the fact that it was a Earthquake was beautiful. All right, Trevenant on the lead. This is now a really good matchup for them. They're going to be putting down a lot of pressure with Wing Attack and Aerial Ace. And we'll have to see what the opponent decides to do. I would not be surprised if we see a Walrein in the back and maybe not a Charizard with this team. I mean, there might be, but they're going to go ahead and shield, and it was just a Seed Bomb, unfortunately. So now they might be able to commit. Oh, they're going to go ahead and swap into Kingdra now to catch the charge move. So Kingdra seems to be the Pokemon that just tries to catch the energy, and it is going to be a Shadow Ball in this case, and just apply as much shield pressure as it can without having to give up a shield. Now the Machamp right here decides to throw the Cross Chop basically right away, which is going to be taking out the Kingdra. Yeah, they can't get to Octazooka. But now Yanmega can come in and choose when to go for their Aerial Ace. I wonder if they're going to come in with Swampert. No, they're going to come in with Yanmega. Yeah, they can go for the Aerial Ace now. This does do super effective damage, but honestly, I don't know if it's going to be enough to take out the Machamp. I think it will. No, they decide to shield. Okay, so they should be able to get to another one in time. They will have to give up a shield here for the potential Rock Slide. But if they over-farm on energy, this could be a good game. Yeah, they're doing a great over-farm right here, and they're going to go ahead and go for the Aerial Ace now to take out the Machamp. We know Trevenant is basically out of energy because of the Shadow Ball. And yeah, it's deciding to come back in, so they're going to go ahead and go for Aerial Ace. Now, we don't know what that final Pokemon is, but we've seen a Machamp, we've seen a Trevenant. It's got to be something like Walrein. And it's going to be a Swampert, actually, so they can go ahead and go into the mirror, and this is going to be very dangerous because, actually, in this situation, I think you want to be going for 2 Hydro Cannons because the Earthquake Hydro Cannon is slower. Yeah, the Earthquake is not enough damage, and 2 Hydro Cannons is faster, is less energy, less mud shots needed than the Earthquake Hydro Cannon. 2 Hydro Cannons is just going to be enough right here because now what we're going to see is the opponent Swampert survive, barely, but get off the Hydro Cannon. This is why I said 2 Hydro Cannons was better right there because now there's still Yanmega in the back with Wing Attack. And that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right. Moving into the next one, we have Yanmega on the lead versus Venusaur. Okay, very, very positive lead right here. And the opponent is deciding to stay in, so maybe they are weak in the back. Maybe there's a fighter in the back, but let's see how this plays out. They're going to go ahead and put pressure now with the Aerial Ace. Hopefully they do get a shield. No, they decided to let it go. Okay, this could be a situation where if Yanmega can sweep this team, they're going to go ahead and let the Sludge Bomb go through. They can just easily farm down. There was a fighter in the back. See, based on what the opponent does on the lead can be a big tell for how situations can play out, because we saw Venusaur on the lead with Yanmega, which is extremely weak to Yanmega, right? But they weren't swapping out. They weren't shielding, which tells you there's got to be two things weak now on that team, and Machamp was the other one. So we're going to go ahead and see that Kingdra come in and farm, probably farm down. I mean, honestly, they can no-shield this Cross Chop right here, but they're going to go ahead and shield the Rock Slide. That's fine. They can go for Octazooka right away. Yeah, you want to go for it right away. I think Machamp was a couple counters away from another Cross Chop, so no need. Oh, they do get a second shield. Okay, they can easily farm down right here. Give up 2 shields with Kingdra, have an Octazooka or an Outrage nearly ready to go. Venusaur is basically out of energy and extremely low on health, which means it's going to get farmed down with Dragon Breath if it comes back in. And it's going to be Empoleon in the back. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. They can go for Outrage right here. It's going to be resisted. And then Swampert with Earthquake can close this one out. They just need to be very careful about the Venusaur catching the charge move. Oh, they decided to swap into Venusaur anyways. Just gets Dragon Breath down. And yeah, that's going to be a good game. Swampert's going to come in and close this one out. But I think that battle was a really good key if you guys were paying attention. I've said it before, but what your opponent does or doesn't do on the lead can be a big team tell. You don't have to know the exact Pokemon, right? It could have been a Gallade. It could have been a Toxicroak. Or it could have been another grass, right? It could have been a Chestnut. But reading that they were not swapping out in a clearly losing matchup means they have something else weak to your Yanmega. All right, so we got Golisopod here on the lead, another Pokemon weak to Yanmega. And it's actually a Waterfall Golisopod. Very interesting. Spicing it up, hoping to dominate some of those Charizards potentially with the Waterfall damage. We will see the Aerial Ace go through, and they're going to go ahead and swap out into Kingdra, catching the charge move. This is beautiful, as the X-Scissor isn't going to do too much damage, and Kingdra does resist Waterfalls as well. Loading up on energy, and they finally decide to now swap out into Trevenant. But thankfully, the Kingdra here can get to the Outrage in time. Had that Trevenant come in a lot sooner, they may have been able to get to the Shadow Ball and taken out the Kingdra before the Outrage. But now, this is a perfect situation where you let this go through. It's just a Seed Bomb bait. You're going to force them to throw 2 charge moves, or you take Switch. And they just took Switch right there, which is perfect. Not that they need Switch, but it's going to pay off because now they have Yanmega with 2 shields for the Golisopod and the Machamp right here. So this is looking to be a good game, very well played. They can safely shield these charge moves, even though it is going to be the Cross Chop. I mean, it doesn't do too much damage, but yeah, this is looking to be a good game. Yanmega is definitely going to be sweeping right here, as it will be doing super effective damage to the Shadow Machamp. They decided to shield, so now they could definitely double shield right here and fully farm down, and then go for the charge moves, Aerial Ace or Ancient Power versus the Golisopod. But they do a great swap. We saw the Golisopod come straight in. They swap straight into Swampert now to catch the X-Scissor, and they should be able to, I mean, Hydro Cannon should be enough damage from this range to close this game out. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and build up a lot of extra energy, which is good, because now they can get to that second Hydro Cannon against the Machamp a lot quicker. One fast move, and yeah, that is going to be a good one. These battles were great. I mean, Yanmega putting on a lot of work against the meta that we do see. Did well against the Walrein and Charizard core. Did really well against Trevenants. Doing well against Venusaurs and Machamps. We got another Trevenant here on the lead, so let's see how the opponent decides to react. They're looking to stay in, so they might be trying to go for a Shadow Ball and bail. But this gives Yanmega some time to put more pressure on the Trevenant, because they are doing super effective damage and they get a shield right away. Now, I can't count the Shadow Claws right here, but they do decide to shield, and it was enough for a Shadow Ball. So that's a good shield right there. We do see a swap out into Charizard, and Swampert is excited to come into the battle now, as Hydro Cannon will be one-shotting. So they're going to go ahead and let this first charge move go through, even if it is Blast Burn, which it is. they can easily survive, load up on energy, and now have a Hydro Cannon ready, or almost ready, for the Trevenant on the back end. So that Hydro... Oh, they decide to shield! Very interesting call. Swampert can easily get to 2 Hydro Cannons right here, which Charizard now will be going down, so I think that was a wasted shield. But no, they barely hang on, and they're going to go ahead and let this go through. It is just going to be a Dragon Claw, and now can they fast move down? Oh man, the Swampert was able to fast move down right there, which is perfect. Leaving only one, I think one Shadow Claw here from Trevenant, yeah, in order to farm it down. Yanmega still has a shield, and Trevenant doesn't have too much energy as they did throw a Shadow Ball and bail. So now they should be able to... Oh, we see a swap out into Swampert. They're going to go ahead and go for Aerial Ace right here. I mean, granted, you could hold the Aerial Ace and go into Kingdra as well and just Dragon Breath down. But ultimately, they do catch the charge move right here, which is perfect. And they still have a good amount of energy on their own Yanmega against the Trevenant, which they'll likely be facing on the back end. But Kingdra now in this situation can fully farm down and give up a shield against the potential Earthquake. And we know that Shadow Ball is the hardest hitting move left, and it only does about 50% HP. Which means as long as they keep themselves above... Oh, they decided to go for Octazooka. They could have just farmed down and gone for Outrage against the Trevenant, and that would have been a good battle. But either way right here, I think we're looking at a very good situation. Unless the Trevenant undercharges the Shadow Ball. No, they decided to go for Seed Bombs, which means they're going to be forced to throw 2. Yeah, they're going to be forced to throw 2 right here. And then Yanmega, I think, is 1 fast move away. So another way this battle could have the outcome could have been changed is Kingdra just farm down the Swampert and then go for Outrage against the Trevenant, and it would have been a good game. So they're going to close it out now with the Aerial Ace on Yanmega, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. This team, pretty spicy, pretty fun. Shout out to Imminent2 for sharing these battles with us. I love the idea of Yanmega with the Wing Attack update and Ancient Power in this meta. It's perfect. You do very well against Venusaurs, Machamps, and Trevenants, while also having super effective damage with Ancient Power for the Charizards, for the Dragonites, for the Walreins. It's a really cool Pokemon. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.